I've been there standing in the aisle, staring at a stack of cheap-look lounge chairs that promise instant comfort but end up feeling like a cardboard cutout after a few hours of use. The regret that follows a budget buy is why I always double-check the options before I click Add to Cart. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. When it comes to a chaise lounge, the difference between a flimsy frame that wobbles and a piece that holds up to daily lounging is huge, so I wanted to see if the Purple Leaf 4-piece set actually lives up to its price tag. First off, the biggest hesitation people have with any outdoor or indoor lounge is whether it will survive the real-world wear and tear. A lot of budget chairs look fine in the showroom but start rusting after a single rainy season, or the cushion flattens after a weekend of binge-watching. That's why I paid close attention to the frame and cushion construction of this set. The frame is made of powder-coated aluminum, which, in plain terms, means it won't develop the orange-brown spots you see on cheaper metal chairs left out in the elements. The coating also gives it a sleek, modern look that doesn't scream cheap plastic. For me, that's a solid win because I have a small patio that gets both sun and occasional drizzle, and I need something that can handle that without turning into a rusted eyesore. The cushion is another point where many low-price options cut corners. This chaise comes with an 11-inch thick cushion that feels noticeably firmer than the ultra-soft foam you might find in a high-end sofa, but that firmness is intentional. It provides the right amount of support for reading, napping, or just scrolling on your phone without sinking down and losing proper posture. I tested it by setting up a laptop on the side and typing for an hour. The cushion didn't compress to the point where my wrists were at an uncomfortable angle. The included pillow adds a touch of plushness without compromising the overall support, and the fabric described as curated has a subtle texture that hides minor stains, which is a practical bonus for families with kids or pets. Now, let's talk about the multifunctional design claim. The set includes the chaise itself, a separate arm piece, a cushion, and a pillow. The arm can be placed on either side, letting you customize the layout for a corner spot or a straight-line setup against a wall. In my own living room, I positioned the arm on the left side to create a small reading nook next to a floor lamp. The flexibility means you don't have to buy a whole new set if you move the piece to a different room. You simply rotate the arm and it fits just as well on a balcony railing. That adaptability is something you rarely see in a single-piece lounge. Practical strengths continue with daily care. The fabric is treated to resist water spots, so a quick wipe with a damp cloth is all that's needed after a spill. I've also noticed that the aluminum frame doesn't get hot to the touch, even after being left in direct sun for a couple of hours. That makes it comfortable to sit on during a summer afternoon without the metal heating up like cheaper steel frames do. The dimensions are generous enough for most adults to stretch out, yet the overall footprint stays compact, important for anyone with limited floor space. No product is perfect, and the Purple Leaf chaise does have a few trade-offs. Because the cushion is firmer, it may not satisfy someone who prefers a cloud-like sinking feeling. If you're looking for a lounge that feels like a high-end recliner with a built-in footrest, this isn't it. The aluminum frame, while sturdy, adds a bit of weight. Moving the set from the living room to the patio requires at least 2 people. If you frequently reconfigure your furniture, you might find that a lighter wooden or plastic frame is easier to shift around. Also, the set comes in a single champagne finish, a warm, muted gold tone. If your decor leans heavily toward cool grays or bold colors, the hue might clash unless you're willing to add complementary accessories. Who should buy this? If you're a homeowner or renter with a modest outdoor area or a small indoor space and you want a stylish, durable chaise that won't require constant replacement, this set is a smart pick. It's especially useful for readers, remote workers who like a change of scenery, or anyone who enjoys an occasional nap on a firm surface. The included arm piece gives you the option to create a mini lounge corner without buying additional furniture. The price point sits in the middle range, more than the cheapest plastic chairs, but far below designer outdoor sofas, so it delivers a decent value for the materials and design effort. Who should skip it? If you're hunting for an ultra-luxury lounge that feels like a